Thank you.
Thank you.
And now this, from attacks on Sarah Palin's family to slanted coverage of the attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, it's been a banner year for bias in the mainstream media, to say the least.
And each year, as we know, Media Research Center ranks the liberal media's worst offenders. Our next guest is one of the 40 judges on their panel.
That's right. Genevieve Wood was on the panel of judges. As Scott just mentioned, she's a senior contributor with the Daily Signal and joins us now. Thanks for being here.
And up first, Nothing to see here. Award from CNN President Jeff Zucker talking Benghazi with the New York Times.
We're not going to be shamed into it by others who have political beliefs that, want to try to have temper tantrums to shame other news organizations into covering something. If it's of real news value, we'll cover it.
Why did that make the list, Genevieve?
Yeah, well, I mean, as we well know, in media bias, it's not just what people say that can be biased. It's what news organizations choose to cover or not to cover. And I think the Benghazi story is one that, were it not for Fox News, frankly, would have gotten no coverage in the mainstream media. What Jeff Zucker said, look, he's behind the scenes at CNN calling a lot of the shots, but that was true at MSNBC. And I can tell you, of all the quotes that we looked at, we had so many of them of reporters and producers talking about how Benghazi was not a story. If they'd spent even half that time looking into it, they might have found a little more there than they think is actually there.
It's interesting you said that, because I remember when I was a senator, we held hearings. Then Secretary Clinton testifying before our committee. Very evasive. Had they just come forward and say, hey, listen, we made some mistakes, it was a problem, this is what we did, this is what we learned, this is what we're going to do to address it. To think it wasn't an issue when we lost an ambassador and people died, it was just unbelievable.
Right. To be brushed under the rug like that. You're absolutely right about that, Senator. The next award you want to bring to the front is the Spinning the Facts Award. The winner and recipient is Scott Pelley, who claimed Obamacare wasn't killing jobs. Take a listen.
We got a report today about Obamacare that was both surprising and widely misunderstood. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office said about 2 million Americans are likely to pass up full-time jobs because of the president's health insurance program. Those aren't necessarily jobs being lost. They're also workers choosing to work less.
Genevieve, what do you think about that comment?
I mean, how he read that with a straight face, I honestly don't get. I mean, look, we all know what happened here was Obamacare said basically if you work a certain number of hours a week, over 30-something hours, you may end up losing your health care coverage. An employer's not going to have to provide it. So businesses and a lot of other companies said, look, we're going to reduce worker weight or reduce worker hours. And many workers said, wait, I've got to choose now between getting health care and having a full-time job, so let me go with just the health care and sit at home. That's the way it should have been reported. But Scott Pelley and CBS is not the only one guilty of getting this story the wrong way.
Yeah, and wait till the business mandate comes in after the new year starts. And here we go. The Classless Award goes to CNN anchor Carol Costello for mocking Bristol Palin's account of a physical assault. Listen to this.
Okay, I'm just going to come right out and say it. This is quite possibly the best minute and a half of audio we've ever come across. Well, come across it a long time anyway. A massive brawl in Anchorage, Alaska, reportedly involving Sarah Palin's kids and her husband. It was sparked after someone pushed one of her daughters at a party. That's what Bristol Palin told police in an interview after the incident. And now police have released audio of that interview. It does include some rather colorful language from Bristol. Here now is Bristol's recollection of how that night unfolded, so sit back and enjoy.
Gosh, how personally aggressive can you get?
Well, and not only that, Elizabeth, I mean, this is supposedly, Carol Costello is not a political contributor at CNN. She is a news anchor at CNN. Talk about letting your opinion show through. This was classless, and not only did it win the Classless Award, this particular quote won the Quote of the Year Award out of everything that we looked at for being really the worst show of media bias that was out there.
Yeah, it just leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth even watching that. This next one is the Twisted Tweets Award. And the recipient is Politico's chief political columnist, Roger Simon. He's mocking Governor Perry's call for border control when he said this, quote, Rick Perry sending 1,000 National Guard troops to the border to shoot small children. Could make good headlines in Russia. Your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I'm actually from Texas. I actually went to the border. What Governor Perry was doing was trying to secure the border, which President Obama would not do. This was not about shooting anybody. It was about securing the border. That was a really, very much so in poor taste.
And he actually did that because the president and his team were not doing it. Securing the border is something very, very important, as we all know.
Well, he took that so seriously. Genevieve Wood of the Daily Signal, we thank you for joining us this morning.
Hey, thank you all. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, this coming up, she's one of the hottest stars in Hollywood, but Sofia Vergara